Hello and welcome. Thank you for watching this video. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about BitPy. BitPy originally it's something that started as some sort of a blockchain explorer, which I worked on with another colleagues of mine called Alex Galapi. But soon I've decided I want to move from blockchain explorer and focus more on interacting with the Bitcoin protocol. I wanted to create some sort of a graphical user tool which will allow other users to interact with almost any aspects of the Bitcoin protocol. It will allow them to create their own scripts. It will allow them to see how keys are created. It will allow them to construct their own messages for the network. And I was hoping that by doing so, many will be able to enhance or to increase their understanding of the Bitcoin protocol. Because when I first started to learn how the Bitcoin protocol works, I saw that there was a very steep learning curve in order to understand how to use the Bitcoin protocol, what is the role of each component in this protocol, etc. So again, I've decided to create this tool. It's still in a very early stage. There is much more that I want to implement into this user interface, but I think it starts to show what I hope to achieve. And I'm going to take you through this tool, and we're going to see some very, very basic example of what is achievable at the moment. And currently this tool have 3 working tabs, one for messages, one for keys, and one for scripts. And let's see a very simple example. I can, for example, go to the keys tab, and I can either insert some sort of a predefined private key in this field over here, or I can just leave it empty, and it will randomly generate a private key, a public key, the hashed public key, and the Bitcoin address. And I can, for example, take this hashed public key over here, and I can put it inside of a Bitcoin script. I can go to my script tab. I can use the operator OP push in order to insert a data onto the stack. And I can also take the public key, and I can also push this public key onto the stack, OP push onto the stack. So right now this is the hashed public key, and this is the public key. I can use the OP hash 160 operator in order to hash this public key. And now you can see that I have both of the hashed public key. I can see whether or not they are equal. And indeed, I receive 1 because they are equal. And I can use the operator OP verify now. This is really how the Bitcoin protocol, this is really how the Bitcoin scripting language works. This is just a very simple example, but this is how Bitcoin actually verify that I gave the correct public key for a certain transaction. So over here at the top, I can see exactly how the stack is built, and I can see the result of that stack over here at the bottom. This is one option. Let's clear it out. I hope that in the near future, I will also add other OP button. I have OP return, which is working at the moment, or still isn't working. I can insert up to 40 bytes. And in the future, I will insert stuff like SIG script and other more advanced script options into this script tab. And I hope to insert other option into this key tab as well. Maybe just to go from the hashed public key to the address, or from the address back to the hashed public key. This is about the keys. There is also this messages tab, which will allow me to connect to another peer on the network. Using over here at the bottom, there is the connect button. It asks me to insert the IP address of another peer on the network and to specify the port of another node on the network. So let's see an example. Let's go to Bitcoin blockchain.info. Over here I can get the IP address of some random node on the network. So let's just copy this IP address and let's insert it over here. 89.212 75.6. I could have just pasted. And the port is 8333. Now we are going to connect. And I can send a version message. Currently, the only field that I am allowed to insert into the version message by myself is just the agent name. So I'm going to call it Shlomi. Let's send the message. There we go. I can see on the left that I have a list of the outgoing and of the output and the inputs of the packages that I received. You can see that I send a version message that contains this user agent Shlomi. In the future, I'm going to add other options to insert the starting height manually, or to specify the relay manually, or the version or services as well, all will be inserted manually. I can see the incoming messages that I just received. I can see that I have this header section over here. You can see the command name, the payload size, the checksum, the size of the header, which is always 24 actually. I can see some information about the remote node, what type of version they are using, the services that they provided. This is a relay node. This is the user agent, Satoshi 0.12.1, which is exactly the same as over here, Satoshi 0.12.1. I can look at the ping message that I just received, just copy it and send back the pong message. There we go. I just send him the pong message over here with the same pong number. I can send another ping message, another var. There is also a transaction code and block code, which will allow me to send transaction and to see blocks, but they are not really implemented into the user interface yet. You can see them in the code base. If you look at the code in GitHub, you can go to GitHub to see the code, BitPy under my username Schulze, to see the code, and I will leave a link in the comments below so you can watch the code, but it's still not implemented in the user interface. And this is the part where you guys come in, because I want to get some feedback. I really want to get some feedback from people who've been in a similar situation, people who've tried to learn the Bitcoin protocol by themselves. And I know that there are many parts to the Bitcoin protocol, and I really want to know what part should I put an emphasis on, because I want people to be able to download this software and to be able to use this user interface in order to see how they can change messages and how they can change their scripts and how they can insert some information to the scripts or insert some specific messages and see exactly what is the effect of each message or each script or each key on the Bitcoin protocol. So I would really appreciate if you could give me some sort of a feedback as to what part do you think is the most important part, what do you think I should really put my efforts on. And I would be very happy if you would write something in the comment below, or either in my blog, the blog that in which I'm documenting the progress of this project, or at GitHub as well. And please don't be shy, I really want to hear about it. And thank you all for watching, and I hope that you will find this tool useful and that you will help me to make it even more useful. And that's it.